6 minutes left. Still, both sides could win this.
Est en plein milieu du respawn.
Absolutely perfect. Das Bauwolf kommt rein, 2 MGs, Peekaboo, Crit Battle. Es ist ein Gemetzel.
Look at the carnage. My goodness. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome. What do we got? Week 3 of the HCA. I'm your host, Gadarian. You guys know. Today we got a pretty cool matchup against European powerhouses, WTH, Wolves of War, and they'll be going against the 38th ID, 38th Infantry Division. Like I said before, both huge names in the European community. And the match is, as you can see right behind me, Sainte-Mère-Église. Pretty common map. I mean, we see this map all the time in competitions. Honestly, it's picked because it's so balanced, I guess. Even in spite of all the changes to the meta, teams are still happy to play on Sainte-Mère-Église, and honestly, it's one of my favorites. But anyway, yeah, that's how it's going down. We are on a 30-minute delay. And things are, you know, thank God, been pretty good the last 2 weeks. I'm hoping, you know, week 3 will be just the same. No technical issues, so that's good. No crashes. So anyway, just looking forward to a real intense match between, like I said, these two great teams. Now, ordinarily, I don't cover European teams. So it's a treat today to get to know some of these players because I'm very comfortable with the NA scene. I've cast many of their matches, but today I'm going to get to learn some of the better European players. Generally what I do at this time is I do like the whole impact players. Unfortunately, I'm gonna basically just kind of go through this match with you guys at home watching and just see who these people are, who are the standout players. Now, I know some names from here and there. House Gangster is a household name for me. I recognize him. Obviously, Heidegger is the commander 99% of the times that I've seen him in comp matches for WTH. And on the other side, 38th, I covered them in the HPL last year, and I do remember some of their guys. Honestly, it's been a while. I don't recall some of their players, but I'm sure as they load in, and we'll get to, you know, remember. I need to just jog my memory. It's been such a long time covering the 38th, but. Anyway, like I said, I'm first in here, just waiting on the players to arrive. We're 25 minutes from match start, and I've always said Europeans are on time, so that's part of the reason why I decided to start the cast a little early, make sure that I was in, got everything running up and smooth, no problems. But anyway, I will briefly, while we have the time, just kind of cover a little bit of what happened last week, week 2, in terms of matches and how they played out. So let me just pop those up real quick. So week 2, we're just going to cover the majors, by the way. And if I didn't tell you, WTH and 38th ID are both 2 major teams. And just to give you a little background, what they did last week. Let's see. 38th played 82nd Airborne. And they played on Utah Beach. And 82nd was able to beat them 5-0. So, a tough match for 38th. It's going to be a big challenge today to see what they can do against WTH. WTH is one of the best teams in all of Hell Let Loose. Top 3. Always in the top 3. Generally at the top, but until recently, Core has been that team that's taken over the top spot. And second place has pretty much been up for grabs between WTH 116th. You might even throw the line in there. The line needs to be a little more consistent, and that's the reason why WTH is always like thought of as that team, because season in, season out, they're always at the top of the leaderboard. So anyway, in terms of what WTH did, they played 116th, and funny enough, WTH lost last week to 116th on Sainte-Marie-Dumont, 3-2. And obviously that's a message being sent to WTH that 116th is a powerhouse themselves. Now, you always shuffle the names around. It's either going to be Core, 116th, or WTH. Maybe Core you're not going to shuffle out. They've been on the top. They're the team to beat, and they've been that team for quite a while. But it's always WTH and 116th. They're always juggling around who's that second best team. So, last week 116th got the better of them, but I'm sure they're going to meet up later at some point in this tournament. And when all the marbles are on the line, so to speak, that's when we're going to see probably the best WTH team out there. So, in terms of the rest of the schedule, we're loaded this week. In fact, this day, Saturday, is all 11 games being played. And that is in part to the other league that is simultaneously going on with the HCA, and that is the ECL. Okay, that's European Community. They have all their matches on Sunday, so we have an arrangement that we'll play a majority of our games, if not all of them, on Saturdays, and they will do their games on Sunday. And I think that's a great thing going forward, that the community, us, the casters, and we all get an opportunity to watch all the matches and cast all the matches. So yeah, that's a great thing going forward. Competition is, let's just say it's blowing up. I'm going to say, coming from, I don't know, when I played, we're going back over a year and a half ago, there was, I want to say, 16 teams. And from what I heard, we have 32 teams signed up for the upcoming seasonal, and I'm sure and I have to double check, the ECL probably has quite a few teams signed up as well. So the message is out there. Teams are joining, players are joining these communities and getting involved in the competitive scene. So that's exciting news. I'm real happy to see that. I mean, that's always what we wanted. We wanted to see high-level Hell Let Loose played, and we're just happy, the casters, to bring it to you and present it. So, moving forward, like I said, let me think. 20 minutes to go before match time. Could just briefly go over standings. And I want to shout out Colonel Matthews from 10th Mountain for doing a great job with the graphics. So we have, we'll just briefly read off what the majors has. At the top, tied, believe it or not, with Core, we have 116th. They're both 2-0, and there's a cap difference. Okay, so the way that works is it matters how you win. Do you win in a 5-0 fashion, you get max points. That's +5. If you win 3-2, it's +1. So both Core and 116th are 2-0, and their cap difference is 6. So second place, and it's also a tie, it's Trigger and TL. Now, Trigger is 1-0, all right, and they had a bye apparently, and they won their match in stunning fashion, 5-0, and I want to say it was against Evo. So they're tied with TL, who's 1-1. Although they do have a difference in cap points. They have 4 to Trigger's 5. So technically Trigger is in second place currently. And then you have WTH, who's also 1-1, and they have a cap difference of 3. So it's not just win, it's win big. And I think that's what WTH is looking to do today. They're looking probably to take a 5-0 because 38th is, having a little bit of a tough run. Their first match, well, they had a bye the first week, and then their last match, like I said, they got rolled 5-0 to 82nd, and so their differential is -5. So again, you don't want to be the bottom team in the minor or majors, because at the end of the season, the team that finishes in last place gets dropped down to the minors, and the team that finishes the top of the minors gets bumped up into the majors. So there's something to shoot for. You definitely don't want to be, not only just from a pride standpoint, you don't want to be the last team, but yeah, you don't want to go down to the minors. There's something prestigious about saying you're in the majors. You're one of the top 10 teams in the world. So that's definitely something any community wants to say. They're top 10 in anything. So, and I will cover the minors because I don't want to feel like they're the redheaded stepchildren. But just give me a minute. I'll pull those up. So in the minors, we've got quite a few Chinese teams. We have Alpha sitting at the top. That's 2-0. With a cap differential of 10. They've won both matches 5-0, exciting fashion. Same thing with, Sesh is also a Chinese team. They're 2-0, and their cap differential is 8. In third place, we have BST2 and 250H at 2-0 with a 6 cap differential. OPBHB rounding out the other undefeated 2-0 team, and they're also a +6 in the cap differential. And then there's other teams that are mostly just 1-1. We have a couple 0-2 teams. So the teams at the bottom are really, really trying to get that W and get off the schneid and get the ball rolling. So yeah, you definitely don't want to finish dead last. I don't think there's any consequences for finishing dead last in the minors, but yeah, again, pride. You don't want to be the worst. Nobody does, but that's going to keep you motivated. Hopefully, if you're not going to win your division, so to speak, you don't want to be at the very bottom and finish. All right, just looking at right now, we've got quite a few 38th players loading up right now, 15 minutes out from game start. I would like to just jump in and just kind of just have a look, for you guys as well, to see who's playing today. So let's just get in there. Let's take a quick look. So, like I said, I will be on the WTH side. So when the map flips, solo my side, and I'll be over on the ally side, and all the allies rolled in now is 38th. We'll switch over to be Axis. So Malibu, Joker, Reloaded, Craig, Combat Wombat. Now that's a name I recognize. That's a player who I've seen in the the HPL. Kowalski, of course, he was a team captain at one point. Ketkar, FH2. Let me give a shout out, first of all, to my boy Ketkar. First of all, I'm a former FH2 dev myself. And Ketkar, when you watch this, you know who Gadarian is, man. We made maps together. By the way, I believe he made Hurtgen Forest for us. But anyway, quick shout out to you, Ketkar. What else do we have? I want to say there were some really amazing tankers from the 38th. Something Music, I don't see him loaded up, but there was some guy named Music. I remember he was just like one of the best tankers. So I don't see him in here yet, but yeah, like I said, we're gonna learn something about the 38th and WTH groups today. So anyway, we're gonna jump back into the studio. Let these guys load up. Yes. Thank you for your showtime. Thank you. So yeah, generally we have Pepper in on the cast with me, but you know, he's busy doing his thing. He's got a ton of interviews, and this guy works his ass off. I'm glad to see he's finally taking that step and doing things on his own. He went and put the money in and the time to upgrade his system, and he's really doing well. He's doing the dual cast. He has a match today. I know we did a cast previewing the matches, so go back to his Twitch channel, twitch.tv / I want to say it's TL_Pepper, and check out what match he'll be streaming today. He does the dual cameras, and I'm by myself. I'm not casting alongside anybody today, and eventually I think the goal is to have dual cameras. You guys let me know what vantage point you prefer. Do you prefer having two cameras separately, right? And just popping up maybe in like two windows and having them side by side, or would you prefer maybe like a caster to do like both and just have somebody just kind of just lay in the game and just have their map open? So, you know, at key moments, he can pop open the map and you can see what's happening on both sides simultaneously. So it basically eliminates the guesswork of like where the enemy is coming from. So I think it helps with production. It helps the audience at home follow the match a little easier. But again, it's up to you guys. I personally like it, but willing to do whatever the audience wants to see. So anyway, with that said, let's see about we got anything else going on. We'll mention some of the minor matches also. Let me just go to the calendar. Okay, so today we have Chimera, which is an Australian team playing against 13th Legion Glow, aka G13. That match will be cast, Eastern Standard, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't convert anything, but 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, U.S., New York time, 9 o'clock tonight. So in about, 6 hours or so from now, Knoppers and TL Pepper, they'll be doing that co-cast together. Moving forward, we have the 20th Panzer Grenadiers and the 10th Mountain, and they'll be going against 501st. The map will be Utah Beach, and this match is going off 30 minutes from now, so they're jumping off soon. And we have a new caster in Keikoso. I hope I said you right. Twitch.tv / Keikosa. It's QUECOSO. So go catch him out there. He's gonna get started. Merciless, and Sesh are also playing. Herc and Forrest. Colonel Matthews from the 10th Mountain will be casting the Merciless side, and we have Mage, TL Mage, and he'll be casting the Allied side. Excuse me, let me get that right. Axis side, Merciless, Allied side, Sesh. Okay, and just for you guys to know, these guys brand new to this casting, so it's their first run at this. Show them some love, Definitely check them out, and that's TL_Mage if you want to check him out. We have Sev H and 501st Now, they've joined together to become ASA. And asked me what the acronym stands for. I have no idea, but they will be playing against BST2. And this is an awesome battle. I think this is the match of the week, honestly. Two Spanish squads going up against one another, and you can catch St. Pepsi 94 and Das Altberg on that match. Let's see, 4 p.m., so in about an hour and a half from now, those guys will be jumping off on Carentan. That should be a Pepsi 94. And Das Altberg doesn't need much of an introduction. It's just / Das Altberg, one word. 2 more matches left. We've got OP, BHB, and IR. Hopefully these guys get to play this. The map will be on Sainte-Mère-Église, the same one that we're currently playing on. Axis will be BHB, OP. And the IR squad will be running Allies. Match start is at, well, my time, 10:30 p.m., so much, much later. Might be next morning for some of you Euros. And the person that casting, a new guy, Capitan Salsa Golf. And that's one word. Go check him. Colt PZL, Russian team. And they'll be taking on Alpha, a Chinese team. Utah Beach. Let's see. Apparently, that's already happened. So that's a match that's already been played. I'm the second one on the slate. Blueski is covering Spanish caster. He'll be covering the Axis, which is Colt PZL. And we have, and I'm going to say his name wrong, Eflor. Chinese caster, and he does not have a Twitch, but all this information, if you need, just jump on the HCL Discord. They've got all of that, all those links with the casters in there. You can catch their VODs. I'm sure they have them up at this point by now. But that pretty much rounds out the week of action for week 3 HCA. So again, 8 minutes out, we'll just pull back into the scene, and we'll just kind of just hang out there for a little bit. Just wait for everyone to get in. Everybody kind of getting together and going over some last minute plans, or probably most of the time it's just TKing everybody and just screwing around. Nothing too serious. So maybe these are some of the tankers that we're going to see today. Oh my God, love the physics. Trying to flip the tank, Sherman. One new addition, and you can't throw these guys off. It's like, oh my God, that's great. There you go. Oh my God, he's stuck in a tree. But now that players have the ability to ride on tanks, you're going to see this a whole lot with tank simps healing them with their torches. You're going to see rocket men standing on top of transport trucks, just launching things, in addition to your usual arty snipes and yeah, all that fun stuff that comes with competition. All right, our guys from WTH are now loading up. We're roughly 5 minutes away from game start. So just got to make sure to keep your map closed. All you streamers out there, you get that mouse bug where your mouse is frozen and then you have to leave the server and then come right back in. Hey, can we catch one? Can we catch one? Where is this one heading? Are they teasing? Did we lose it? Well, we'll be catching hopefully some of those rocket snipes that everyone now uses, incorporates into every single part of their match. Like it or not, I think it's here to stay. Oh my God, party door. All right, let's just take a look at some of the WTH guys. Like I'm familiar with Tort. Heidi, we know. Is there a house gangster sighting? Oh, Jockey. How can I forget Jockey? I don't need to meet you there, Jockey. He's a great player. I've seen him. Big numbers. Our numbers stats guy, Busify. Hopefully he's compiling some really cool stuff. You know, that way the casters have something to show the community. Everyone loves stats. Now, Crusader, not to be confused with the Crusader from Core. He's another great player. I've seen him. And no sighting of a house gangster, but there's only 83 in match, so they're waiting on about 16 more players. So we'll just leave it here for a little bit, boys and girls. Have fun with that. Let's just take a look and see what WTH does before the start of every big match. You know, these guys the same. Does everyone just goof around? Am I the only one being serious? Because I'm just that way when it comes to comp. I just constantly going over strategy in my head or what I should be doing. I don't know. Let's see how these guys are over here. A little more serious. A little bit. Not too much. Yeah. Pretty patient. Just waiting around. Roughly 2 minutes away from the start if all goes well. We're just basically 9 away. So when we get our flip, I'm going to hang back here just to see and show you guys how the builds look for, you know, the artillery pits, make sure they're protected. And then I plan on jumping over to the 38th side and just see how they come in and where to expect the attack from. And I want to say there's a probably more than likely chance that we're going to see Checkpoint. Everyone's favorite. No, I joke, but it's probably, I think it's like 2/3 of the time Checkpoint comes out. I'm really hoping that Checkpoint isn't the spot. You know, I would take anything other than Checkpoint. I would actually like the church proper, Sainte-Mère-Église. That's a fun to fight over. I mean, the infantry get to have their, you know, their ground and pound or close quarter fighting. Yeah, because if it's Checkpoint, it's just going to be a real nightmare for infantry. You know, with tanks and artillery just dominating. So our boy Chronic will be running the command chair today. Heidegger is not in there. At least it seems that way. Star-Lord. Oh, that's the tank crew. How can I forget? Star-Lord is an OG. He's a veteran. So Star-Lord is somebody who I'll definitely be catching on. I'm sure he's going to be in a heavy today. Now, allies, since the change of the meta, allies tanks are at a severe disadvantage to the Panther. So I'm thinking it's going to be a conservative beginning, at least for the allied tanks, until they can build some sort of superiority. So they might just kind of hang in the back a little bit and just let the infantry hopefully deal with the Panther, because I know that's nobody really cares about the Tiger anymore. The Tiger is like the forgotten tank, sadly, but something to do with reload times, and that's a big advantage when you can, I think, reload 2 seconds faster than your adversary. Yeah, there's just no point in Tiger spawning. There you go. Okay, we have 232. One check of the scoreboard has 98 in server. Just waiting on 2 more, and we'll get a flip probably within the next minute or so. So close enough to on time. Not complaining at all. Downtown, baby. Make it rain. Patiently, patiently. 98. My boy Satchel, of course, from Das Alberg. I've seen him many, many times with his POV. And there we got our change, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to be live. The mad dash is about to happen. Everyone shuffling into their squads, laying down build orders, throwing supplies. Hammer's going crazy. Here it comes. All right, we got a clean start. No disconnects, hopefully. Chronic is our commander for the day. And let's see. Oh, the gangster's in the house. Not a studio gangster. He's the real house gangster, baby. All right, we got Roger. All right. Who do we got to jump in with? Are we actually jumping in with anybody? Did they message me? Let's see. Direct message. All right, let's see. All right, Jag. I'm joining the Jag with all these G's. All right, let's find Jag, shall we? Come on, Jag. Where are you at, baby? You and Queen? We're going to miss all this warm-up time. There he is. Let's go. So I'm gonna join as medic because Pepper, this is shout out to you, buddy. Nobody cares about medics in this game, and that's fine. But it's nice to know when the players get hit, and you can see it. So all right, let's get this. Let's get the camera all set up. All right, so let's get back to, everybody loves when I ping. But guys, listen, I'm pinging my own team. There's no advantages when I ping to the other team. So there's our build orders. Locking in those artillery guns from the start. After supplies are dropped, redeploying to the front line and get in the trucks, probably that are waiting for them at the well, where the, whatever this thing is called, the wall, the invisible wall is, okay? Hustling up. But again, like I said, I want to jump on the other side and see where the enemy is coming from, the Germans. So 38th, got P4 with Lord, Yellow, and what was that, Finn? So these guys are right across the 6. Sainte-Mère-Église is our midpoint. Oh, thank God. And scoreboard's up. Match is 16 seconds away from getting started. WTH dropping supplies just outside of the neutral zone, Sainte-Mère. 10 passengers. We're gonna hop with these guys. This might be the hit squad going into. Tell me they're stuck on that. That would really suck. Is that why the tank is over there trying to push them off? That would be a disastrous start for 38. That's the last thing these guys need. Oh my God, they are stuck, for crying out loud. You've got to be kidding me. The match has started and these guys are stuck? Are you kidding me? Oh God, that's awful. That's actually worse than awful. Hopefully Scope and Tiger Man can make up for that shit getting stuck on that hedgerow. So I'm gonna say off the jump, big advantage to WTH. These guys are gonna get the early cap progress. It's a matter of, can 38th pile enough guys in? Because WTH will be inside these key buildings. They'll be inside the church, occupying the north. So this is what we're trying to do. Control the map from the north. And why isn't my scoreboard up? Sorry about this, boys. I swear to God I did this. Toggle only, get killing me, Moose. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen at home. Like I said, WTH with a pretty good start compared to the disastrous start from 38. They're at a real huge disadvantage. So again, Heidegger And the rest of the WTH boys, Oscar in the north. And sliding over to the point proper, the church, Sainte-Mère-Église. WTH is heavy inside the church. And they're beginning to box out right now, as we can see, moving up, controlling. To me, this is the ballpark. I call it ballpark. If you control the E6, you're winning. So I think at this point, 38th has already realized it's a little bit too late. They're already preparing for the flip. 90+% cap for WTH on the midpoint, Sainte-Mère-Église. We got ready to hit this boom, boys. There's nothing stopping WTH. Jumping out to the early lead. So, nice job. Wolves of War, not surprisingly, out to the quick lead. And now it's an uphill battle for 38th to claw themselves back in. Let's take a quick look at maps in terms of... So recon has already been run. That might be a flare. That might have been recon. There's more flare action for you. So we got garrison, 2 garrisons. The back point is Maison du Creek. I hate that point, but I don't think WTH is going to have to worry about fighting over it. I think if they could get their garrisons established up north by Hospice, and obviously they've got this garrison right here. I told you this is a great place. If they can hold garrisons in the bottom of the 6 and up top is all skin, as well as E6. You know, the only hope to get in is through Western Approach for 38th, and this is where you're going to see a majority of the infantry packing themselves. So you got your defenders in the mid, and then you got your northern and southern defense. So I'm going to move over towards Western, where I think a majority of the approach to reclaim the church. Because as you can see just below me, that's that skin I was talking about. It's not conducive. You're going to get an MG that's just going to cover the fields. So again, 38th knows it. They have to control Hospice from the top, put up a garrison, hopefully maybe a red zone garrison. Now 38th has done a nice job of getting themselves, you know, into the soft cap. You know, now Western Approach is the adjacent point. So they definitely need to control the area directly east. Yeah, and you can see Busify right below us here. He's recon for the day. WTH artillery absolutely knows exactly where 38th wants to go, and they are just going to shell this area, E5, just west of St. Marie. And we're already seeing back cap progress on Western Approach. Did we get, oh my goodness, we had 2 back garrisons put up. Holy cow, that was awfully fast. And we have a big spawn with Jockey, Futon. Western Approach is under serious contention. We've got 4. We had 4. We had 3 now. WTH guys in the point, but there are 2 back garrisons. One's locked to the north. This one in the south is open. 3 OPs. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Now, where to 38th? Do they even have anything in terms of garrisons? I don't know. Where are these guys? They need to fall back to the point because they're over 50% capped, meaning you've got a little less than a minute to contest Western Approach. We got Panzer IV, Lord YOLO, and Finn coming back, hopefully. Yes, they've contested, at least temporarily. Buying some time for, it looks like Garrison Spawn. That could be Garrison Spawn. Yes, it is. It's a Garrison Spawn. So 38th. They're in a big hurry. And Panzer IV is under serious contention. What exactly is he looking at? He's got somewhat infantry. Crouton is down. Now they've, once again, 38th, nice job of at least contesting. Again, it's going to come off the garrison where Siegfried and those guys are. But we have bombing run. Now, what bombing run is that? We'll pull it up. That is a 38th bombing run. Were they able to give Garrison? No, Garrison is still open and free. And the one in the north is free. So things are not looking good at the moment for 38th. They just really need to do a good job of cleaning, and they've done it. Looks like they've cleaned out the strong point western approach. And it looks like they beat the wolves off momentarily. We have a bombing run for WTH, the Chronic, getting Combat Wombat possibly? No, Wombat survives, and Garrison, which I believe is up further, was not taken out. So 38th needs to box out and clean out their sector, not just sit on the western approach strong point itself. They need to do a good job of contesting the garrison they have here. They've locked that out. They really need to get this one here. It's desperate. And fortunately for 38th, nothing from WTH is sitting on the E column in terms of garrisons. So for as bad as that looked between the start and getting their back fourth point push to over 50%, things are starting to move back in 38's favor. Like, they're not going to get rolled off of this map, and they're going to hang in there. Good for them. But again, this garrison, where I'm heading towards right now, is still up behind where House Gangster is. If they don't, 38th, if they don't get out here with recon and lock this bad boy out, this is a thorn in their side. And now they have garrison in western, directly across from western approach. It's going to take something, you know, outside of just infantry. I think Panzer IV might have been destroyed. Although I do hear he is right below us, and he knows there has to be garrison. There's just seeing the rear. Move back over to Sainte-Mère-Église. Defensive squad's just kind of holding the southern half of the church area. We got Airhead. Is that enemy? Yeah, I believe it is enemy airhead. We're gonna follow this bad boy down. Very aggressive from 38th, you know? I mean, maybe they're hoping to catch WTH overextending, but there's airhead. It looks like Jacob's got that in the bag. Yeah, no problem. Great spot to drop it, there's just no infantry to help cover it. So, and that was in the, oops, excuse me, that was in the F6 area. Yeah, these guys here are skilled, and Carnifex just couldn't get over to airhead in time. So, yeah, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, their garrison situation is fantastic. They'll slowly look to, you know, take down and improve garrisons. Maybe they don't have them placed perfectly just yet, but the longer this match goes on, the more time defenders have to, you know, adjust garrisons or OPs, and yeah, I think as time goes on, we're only, what, 16, 17 minutes into the match, and WTH has got this match currently, you know, in their hands without any kind of worries. Like, there's nothing lit up red. You can see literally, I think majority of 38th are bunched in and around western approach. So we have garrison up where Hans and I believe Crusader saw that large spawn, so you can almost bet your has it been removed? Apparently it has. Garrison that was. Crusader. Here comes a quick clap. I feel it. Ooh, no sir. Oh, there is garrison there. Oh, that's OP. Pardon. OP spawn. You know, in terms of allied tanks, I'm not really seeing or hearing much from the allies just a moment. Let me just pull the map. Do we have anything in the way of tanks? We have one up top north with Crowd, Curious, and Star-Lord. Again, want to hold the top half of the map. And this is a great spot because I think this is elevated and you can basically see into Western. So this tank in a great position to support the infantry, which is still behind on Western approach. Garrison is still open for business. A flare gun going up, lighten up where infantry is for Charlie, Oscar. Yeah, the pressure is just mounting. You can just feel it for 38th. I mean, they're having fresh spawns, and their spawns are on the strong point, so they're having to fight to get out of said strong point. So, with artillery, no less, coming down on their heads. So, a great disruptor, forcing them out of safe positions to try and push out while WTH is just waiting for them. So let's try and find our tank. God, the guys got me almost scared to ping my own tanks, guys. That's so sad. But let's jump on our tank. Now, he's not a big boy. He's the, yeah. Pep's gonna be mad I didn't identify him. I want to say that is a. Our tank has to see, coming up through these apple orchards, big wave of 38th. WTH is just so surgical. They know where to go, what to do. These guys have played together for so long together. Another flare going up, illuminating the sky. They're half capped already. It's tough. It's tough playing a team as polished as WTH. And I don't think I'm seeing much. Now, there was an OP, I want to say, in this vicinity. I don't know if they've since upgraded that OP to a garrison by Penguin or Penguin. Malibu's out running in the middle of the field. Oh, but I think that might have been garrison spawn. I'm going to say it was. Were they upgraded it? Yeah, they did. So where OP was, somebody dropped their supplies. And guess who else knows where that is? WTH artillery. Oh my goodness. 60, 70%. Oh my goodness. I don't think they're even going to get into the... That artillery is going to keep 38th from getting anywhere close to the strong point. So we're almost ready to call this boom. It doesn't seem like 38th is going to be able to... They just don't have the time or the bodies at this point. And the boom is about to pop off for a 4-1 lead. Get ready for it. 4-1. WTH looking real strong. Last point, La Prairie. Airhead is already inbound. You've got an attack garrison directly adjacent. Paris. Another one in the 6 above. They're going for it. They're going for it. They've already got back supplies. Commander preemptively dropped supplies. This is crazy. It's just a matter of getting bodies, put up those back garrisons, deleting the ones in the G, because they're just going to improve positions very quickly. Now, this is where the communication for 38th is so key. They have to know, okay, who's going north, all right, northwest, who's going northeast, who's staying back on defense. A lot of scrambling, and this is, you know, something that strategies, you know, you can't plan for this. This is kind of like people are getting shot and killed, and people are getting pushed off points, and you got to constantly fill holes. We'll see what Hyder's doing out here. He's a man on a mission. He's going against some pretty tough. They're already making back cap progress as we speak. 5th point is already under contention. 20% capped. Heidegger dropping, looks like Pat. Then he goes and runs into Loomis. Now, sliding over the prairie where the majority of the action is. Big fight over here. This is going to determine the match. This is, without question, the match right here. Whoever wins these gunfights. Is that another flare going up, possibly? It's a jailbreak now back here. Airhead is still up and available for action. House Gangster will probably most likely build that garrison to the west of him. Our little guy looks trying to do his best to save the day. Clap as many OPs on a YOLO mission. Does he see Garrison? Does he see Garrison? Can he clap the Garrison? He's locking it out. You might as well just destroy it. Come on, buddy. There you go. Garrison gone. That's big. Now it's up to House Gangster. Did he get his up? Yes, he did. OP place. Garrison locked out. But, look, point is being taken. And you're going to see, yes, all these guys in the back. Medic, Noob, NSL. all crushing in toward the cap, and what that does is it's going to free up this garrison is currently locked out. Jockey's going up to build other garrison. This is real textbook. This is so disciplined. WTH is in the cap, winning a ton of the gunfights. The FPS skills are on display, and now we've got a big boy 7.6 with, looks like Blitz on the back, just simping, doing what he needs to do to keep the 76 in the match. Bombing run, direction north or south to north. We're able to catch anybody, because that's, yeah, once you lose. All right, that was a little bit of an ambitious bombing run. Didn't probably have a whole lot of intel, but this group right here has to save it, and I don't think it's going to happen. I got a feeling this is all but done. They're going to try their best, but let's call it what it is. A flawless 5-0 victory for WTH. Not a very long match. They proved their dominance once again. I want to say probably a little over 30 minutes. Chronic, look, guys weren't able to put up as, you know, flashy numbers, but man, thorough, surgical. You know, you get them in and get them out of there quickly. Tough day for 38th. They're definitely having a rough go at it, being in the majors. These teams are not forgiving. They're not. We could be friends afterwards, but right now we're here to do a job, and they got their 5 points. So WTH goes to 2-1, +5 on the cap differential, whereas 38th goes to 0-2, and they're -10. So they got some serious work to do. Hopefully they can get that fixed, get some new recruits, some new blood in there, go over some strats, figure out where they made their mistakes, and hopefully improve. So we're going to pull back out into the studio. So yeah, boys and girls, that was a quick one. I mean, look, I knew it was an uphill battle for 38th. I was hoping to see that they would be able to stay in the fight a little longer than they did. That was a little disappointing, to be honest. But WTH didn't allow them a chance to breathe, especially off the start. You saw how disastrous it was. They got 10 other guys stuck on one of those hedgerows, and the tank couldn't push off. That just destroys your whole start, and everything is just chaotic at that point. There was a moment where it looks like they held 3-2 and they were holding on to Western approach for a little bit, but in the process, you had the two guys that went around wide and build red zone garrisons behind Western approach, and that was ultimately what did them in. They were getting hit from the front hard. They were getting hit from the rear, completely surrounded on Western, and when Western fell, the commander Chronic, WTH Chronic, did a great job. He had already preemptively dropped supplies. He had airhead. I mean, the tanks were, you know, they didn't even have an opportunity to get the 76s up. I mean, the match didn't last really that long, but I mean, that's like legitimate blitzkrieg type tactics. They hit W the whole entire time. So kudos to WTH and 38th. Back to the drawing board, guys. Time to put some more work in, try and figure out what went wrong. But other than that, hey guys, make sure you're checking out the rest of the matches. There's a ton going on. I know at least, you know, 3 or 4 matches are going on either now or are scheduled to start within the next hour or so. So definitely check those matches out, because that's exactly what I'm about to do right after I get off this cast. So HLL Gadarian, give me a follow. Appreciate you guys for your time, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day. So long.